girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Denver Broncos. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
All right, here we go.
On first down, Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And they'll get him down right about the 20. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run it with Bell. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Oh, he's going to take a shot. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now back to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now Darnold under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Wolfe in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme.
And the pressure gets to him again.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Back to throw here. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Broncos are in for 6. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now he's going to let it go. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold from the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Gun!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Bell. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll lose lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Darnold now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The Jets on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, it's Darnold. Oh, some strong running. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go number 1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to number 3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead they got
a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Rolling to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. C.J. Mosley able to get in and run him down for what will be a loss of 15 yards. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
So don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Lucky 56. Detroit.
Here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook has an...
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Mike Wallace, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Flush to his right. Room to run past midfield. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll pitch it out to Bell. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Darnold on 1st down. Anunua's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had...
The Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Denver. 49 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Flushed out right. His throw caught right around the 6. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Back to throw, Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Buying time to his left. Airing one out for Crowder. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 25 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, When they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Watch it now, Barney. Gone.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Complete outright to Kearse. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
On 3rd down, it's Lindsey losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do?
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jets have recovered. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Detroit!
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. He's going to look deep down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Wide open receiver complete. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
To the air again, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run it with Bell, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now on 1st down, he's going to sneak it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. A 2nd down carry for Booker. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Hey. Got three. Three down. I got those. Watch the motion.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now with the play clock winding down, Vance Joseph says, let's talk this over, as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as this... And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 42. It's a big play there for the Jets on third down. 42 yards. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Anunwa, the intended target. And now it's second down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw. Flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. The Jets on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Darnold now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Broncos send out their punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? This is brought in at the 21. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver, they moved back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.